All right, number 4, I just went ahead and copied it on here. Determine the truth value for the statement when P is false. Now, there's actually 2 P's in this, so I need to put a false here and a false there. And then it says when Q is true, here's my Q, so I'll put a a T right beneath, wow, I swear I haven't been drinking. Right beneath the Q, I need to put a T. All right. And then R is false, and there's one R, so I need an F right there. Okay, so now let me go back and fill in the rest that's in black. Now this one has 2 sets of parentheses, so I'm going to work them at the same time. So inside the first set of parentheses you have an and a negation. You need to do the negation first. And if you're not false, then you're true. Same thing over here. This is a not false. That means you're a true. Okay, go back. And now both sets of parentheses have an and. So false and a true. Remember, on an and, they have to both be true to get a true. Otherwise, it's false. And over here, I have a true and a true, so that's a true. So I've done both sets of parentheses. The only thing that is left is this disjunction in between, and it's a false or a true. And when you do a false or a true on an or, as long as one of them's true, it'll be true. Because on an or, the only time you get a false is when they're both falses. So this one is true. I want to go ahead and do another one. Let's see. Okay. Now when you get to number 6 in my math lab, they're going to start, using drop-down boxes. And you have to do all the drop-down boxes before they'll give you that positive affirmation of well done, good job, excellent, fantastic, or whatever the other one is. Okay. So they're setting the table up for you, and you can see that I have over here, a little bigger, here's the basic setup for you. You've got 2 statements, P and Q. They can either both be true. The first is true and the second is false. The first is false and the second is true, or they're both false. I went over that at the beginning of the PowerPoint with you. And so the statement, however, that you're going to be calculating is this one right here, which you can see at the end. So when you're done with these 4 drop-down boxes, that is the result of it. And if they're all T's, it'll be a tautology, which means that that statement is a valid statement. Now, I just clicked on one drop-down box. I clicked on this one here just to show you that they're going to give you a choice of false or true. But one of the annoying things about my math lab is every time you click a drop-down box, it might not be false true. One of them might be true false, or multiple of them. So pay attention to these. Okay. You know, like the first couple could be true false, true false, true false, and all of a sudden it's false true and you're not paying attention. So I don't know, it's a little game I think the makers of my math lab, you know, like to do. But anywho, we are going to start with the first column, which wants you to negate P. And since P is this column right here, which is true, true, false, false, to negate it, I want to make, instead of true, true, false, false, it should be false, false, true, true. So each drop-down box, just make sure you click on the correct choice. And then once you've got that done, you come over here and they want you to do a conjunction, no, sorry, a disjunction between the negation of P and Q. Now, for me, when I'm doing this in class, just erase this pink stuff. Sometimes it helps if you have them side by side. So I'm going to go ahead and copy. When we did the negation of P, it came out to be false, false, true, true. And then Q was given to me over here. Here's Q. That was true, false, true, false. So when I go to do my OR, I'm just going to look at this box right here, and I can ignore everything else on my paper because there's lots of T's and F's floating around. And then I have to remember that on an OR, as long as one of them is true, the whole thing is true. So on this first one here, I've got false or true. That's a true. This one, I have false or false. That is a false. This one, true or true. That's a true. And the last one, true or false. That is also a true. Because on an OR, as long as one of them is true, the whole thing is true. But that second row, I had false or false, so that is a false. So this is not a tautology. They didn't ask me that question, but I'm going to keep talking about that because you'll get to those eventually. And I'm going to do another video after this one.